Hi, it's Sarah Berry here from stampwithsarah.co.uk. Today I'm showing you how to make this 1-inch box. Inside I have popped a lipstick just to show you the size of the box. That's nice, it fits in there, it's just a standard size lipstick. Oops, this has come off. And I'm going to show you how to make it from a 6x6 piece of paper. This one, it's got a lot of junk in it, to be honest. It's just things that I've had on my table. And it's a little bit strange to show you, but it's just got a couple of batteries in there just to show you the size of it. So they actually sit down the bottom there next to each other, and then something like a little clip, they fit in there too, just to show you the scale. Obviously nobody wants to get batteries and clips. Okay, so let's begin. I've used the Garden Impressions 6x6 Designer Series paper. It comes in a stack like this. We have lots of beautiful designs, very floral and fresh and bright and colourful. Look at that one. A little bit sort of Cath Kidston inspired, I would say. Kind of like brush strokes, as if someone has painted it. So I'm going to use this one. We need to cut this down with our trimmer. Okay, and for that you want to cut it at 4.5 inches. You're left with this piece and keep the length. You can do the scoring on the trimmer as well, or if you prefer you can use a scoreboard. So this is my Stampin' Up scoreboard. It's got inches across the top and also down the side. You can also get a plate that goes on top, which is centimetres. So you want to score at 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches and 4 inches. That leaves us a 1/2 inch flap for when we join them together. Turn the paper and score at 1 inch. Remember, this is only paper, so you want to press a bit lighter than you would in cardstock as to not tear the paper. Alright. So you want to take your scissors and we want to cut away some things. So you want to get rid of this corner. And also this corner. Cut up the 3 lines on both sides. This flap here on this side away from this join edge, keep whole, don't cut into that one. And then these 3 tabs on both sides, you want to cut a triangle. Just like that. Alright, so I'll show you that again. Keep this side, this flap, completely whole, don't cut that one. And it's the opposite edge to the join. Then you want to cut a little triangle off both sides of each of the other 3 flaps. There we go. So there you have your template, your base for your box. Now you want to score on these lines, sorry, not score, you want to fold these lines over. I like to do that, so if the box was pushed down in half, you know this is all nice and square. take some of the Tombow. This is just a wet white glue that dries clear. And fold your box over. And you just want to hold that down for a little while, not very long. Alright. Now you have the basis of your square, your box, sorry. Now remember we didn't cut into this flap. Keep those out of the way. These are the last flaps we want to fold in. I start from the sides. Doesn't matter whether it's the left side or the right side. Fold that over. Fold this up. Make sure you're holding it square and your fingers have gone all gluey. Alright, and then the last bit, you just fold over the flap that you didn't cut anything off. So this looks whole and gives it a nice finish. The reason for chopping out those little triangles is just because it helps give a bit of clearance really from each of the sides when you're folding the flap in. If you try to fold all of the flaps that are square without any edges off, sometimes they can just get in the way and not fit right. If our score lines are slightly off, say, or our cut line isn't quite straight, it just helps ease that so it's nice and square. So that's one end sealed. That's really all you need. If you wanted to, you could stick a pen or something down there to give it let's give it a good press. But honestly, it really doesn't need it. And then this is where you get to fill your box. So this can be sweets, it can be a lipstick. Oops, wrong side, hang on. To the left and right. A little bit there. And then the last flap. Now for me it's important that both of the flaps fold down at the same way. So this is the top of the box and this would be the bottom with the flap end at the bottom. So have your box facing you, so the top is facing you, and you're going to add some little messages and decoration. So I've got some of our blueberry bushel. Now even though this isn't actually in this particular pattern paper, it is in a lot of the other pattern papers, such as this one. And the reason for me choosing a blue is because I know that a blue would look nice because it's in the other pattern papers. So even though the blueberry bushel isn't in the pattern paper, it's actually Night of Navy in the others. This is close enough and it would look really nice, I think. So I'm going to wrap this round a few times. Make sure they are sitting flat all the way around. And then I'm just going to tie a bow. Or not a bow, a knot I should say. Because this is going to actually sit under our greeting. Like that. I like that you can space it out a bit, that's really fun. Okay, so the stamp set that actually matches this pattern paper beautifully and deliberately is the Abstract Impression stamp set. And I'm actually only using this image and this little one here. And when you put those two together, they make a really pretty butterfly. Can you see that there? There's the middle, and then you stamp the wings twice, flipping the block to create your butterfly. So for that I'm using the Tailored Tag Punch. And what I'm going to do is actually feed this back into the punch with the help of a post-it note. So I do this because I want to chop this this punch down a little bit. So this post-it note just gives you an extra hand really, because we can't put our fingers into that part. So I'm going to chop that down to a diamond shape. Whee, like that. Take off that little bit of post-it that's been left, and we'll stamp. So first I'll stamp the body of the butterfly. Like that, easy. That's Blueberry Bushel, and now the wings in Mango Melody. Mango Melody is the yellow that's in the stamp set, in the pattern paper. Isn't that fun? Just a nice little butterfly. And then lastly, I'm using a stamp, a little tiny stamp from Eastern Beauty. It's the hello. I could also use thank you, enjoy today. They're little ones. And I'm doing Melon Mambo, bright pink. There we go, hello. And now to give that a little bit of a border, because it needs something. It can't just sit like that, I don't think. I think it needs a cardstock edge. I've got another piece of Melon Mambo. And again, I'm going to look at this and see if I think it's too big. It is slightly too big, I feel, for this box. So again, I'm going to pop it on this post-it note and just cut it down, making it a bit bigger than last time. Now we need the glue. And then that just gets glued onto the top of the box with a foam pad. I keep my foam pads in our wood mount cases. These are just the minis. We do have larger foam pads as well, which is what we've always had, just the standard ones. The minis are fairly new to the Stampin' Up product range. And this just fits over there. I don't think I took the back off there. That would help, wouldn't it? There we go. All done. So I really hope you like my little box today. They would be great for wedding favours and little teacher gifts, and just anybody really that you want to give a gift to, maybe a friend, or did I say teacher? I think I said teacher. I love the patterns, and I hope you do too. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.